who is an investigator? Who's a clinical investigator in this? Well, we start off with the first definition in Article 2. Article 2.2, it says an investigator means an individual responsible for the conduct of a clinical trial at a clinical trial site, so at the investigator site. Very simple, very easy, and very easy to understand, particularly if there's one investigator at a site by themselves, nobody else they're working with. That is the investigator. However, when there's a team, the principal investigator means an investigator who is responsible leader of a team of investigators who conduct a clinical trial at a clinical trial site. So the principal investigator, when there's a team of people working, is the leader of a team of investigators. And why is that important? Well, in the previous Clinical Trials Directive, the investigator was the same, doing the conduct of the trial. But if the trial is conducted by a team of individuals at the site, the investigator is a leader responsible for that team and is called the principal investigator. And in ICH GCP, exactly the same. It's a team of individuals and the principal investigator is the leader. And ICH GCP also had a sub-investigator, any individual member of the clinical team who is designated and supervised by the investigator at trial site to perform critical trial related procedures and or make important trial related decisions. So that was simple. Now it's a little bit more tricky because there are no sub-investigators and there's only principal investigators and investigators. And if we have a team, then it's a principal investigator is a responsible leader of a team of investigators. And we'll see why that's important much later on. The investigator does have to ensure that the clinical trial is conducted in accordance with the protocol and the principles of good clinical practice. That's very good, isn't it? It's good that it's down as both a sponsor and an investigator responsibility by law. Also, it says that a principal investigator shall ensure compliance of a clinical trial at a site with the requirements of this regulation. So in order for a principal investigator to be able to do that, of course, they're going to have to know what the regulation says to know whether they can enforce the requirements of it in their site. So it's very important. Principal investigator ensures compliance. It also goes on to say the principal investigator shall assign tasks among the members of the team in a way that doesn't compromise safety or the reliability and robustness of the data. That means the principal investigator has to have oversight of those working for him, for his team, his or her team. And that's very important. The FDA very much have a new 10-point plan for principal investigators to have oversight of their site. And even the new drafts of ICH E6 R2, possible drafts say they're going to put in a requirement for the principal investigator to show oversight. But here we have it in the new regulation in Europe. The sponsor is changing very slightly. The definition of a sponsor, it still says an individual, company, institution or organisation that takes responsibility for initiation and management. But then it says, and for the setting up of the finances. And that is actually an important difference because previously in the Clinical Trials Directive it said and or financing of a clinical trial. And now what it means is that those who are setting up the trial don't have to be the ones who are actually financing it. They can arrange for that financing. And that also means that those who are giving the money don't become the sponsor.
RQA is committed to driving quality and integrity and developing and promoting quality standards in scientific research and development. RQA facilitates knowledge sharing and transfer through training, seminars, conferences and publications, and liaises with regulatory agencies in the development and interpretation of regulations and guidance. RQA is dedicated to informing and advancing its members, providing status, visibility and support for individuals concerned with the quality of research and development relating to pharmaceuticals, agrochemicals, chemicals and medical devices. Membership of RQA attracts the following benefits: access to news, information and expertise, networking opportunities, forums and conferences, free quarterly magazine, access to industry-specific training with member discounts, interactive website with dedicated members-only area, and generous discounts on a range of products and services. To find out more, go to www.therqa.com or email Research Quality Association at info@therqa.com for more details.